We're going to enter you into the code of weed.
What?
It's a Tuesday. I'm trying to uplift people's spirits here. But no, seriously, we're going to start talking about the research of economics of weed, getting into the prices of weed, and also the market factors that determine the prices, and then how weed either benefits or negatively affects cities and governments and stuff like that. So pay attention, have fun, and listen to us because we got some good stuff for you. So we're going to start off with Margaret, who is one of our new associates. So hi, Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
Kick us off, Margaret.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the market structure of cannabis. I'm sorry, I'm kind of low-key dying, so I'll try my best. But, so, we see that in states where the recreational use of marijuana is legalized, regulation costs are very costly to firms, and as such, larger firms are greatly benefited as compared to smaller, newer firms. They can practice economies of scale and so can keep their prices low in this competitive market, while smaller firms can't really do that. So as such, they can gain more share of the market by either buying out these smaller firms or by setting artificially low prices to price them out of the market. However, we do see overall that there is more competitive behavior as to be expected, and the prices are thus lower than the US average, as we see in these pretty lines right here. But in states where it's not legalized, it is less competitive, and then, as one would expect, they're way above the US average. And if we want to compare the two, we have here in two states, Illinois and Washington, where the law enforcement and social acceptance are relatively the same. The price in Washington, where it is legal, is less than $100 more than in Illinois, where it is illegal. Woohoo! Alright, so next we have On.
You guys, another one of our new associates. So. Ion.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna start with the supply side. We have that's actually so there are three ways to grow weed. You could do it outdoor, greenhouse, or indoor. These guys are gonna harvest once per year in the fall. That's why they have the largest average yield size of all, and these two could harvest all year round from 4 to 6 harvests per year. These guys, they would, what they do is they usually keep in their inventory and then release it as the year goes. So in the fall time, the price taker, and in the summer and the springtime, the price setter. So this is actually the supply and demand curve for marijuana. On the demand curve, you have the price elasticity of negative 0.5. And on the supply curve, this is actually upward sloping because the more weed you're selling, the greater the risk. So a producer would require a higher price to overcome that. And for this as well, the price for outdoor is the lowest because they have the largest deal size. And then as you move on, the deal size price typically increase. These are all based on the federal government information.
Cool. Thanks, Han. Next, we have Keisha.
Hi guys, so we looked into the state of Colorado, and Colorado being the first state to legalize marijuana, like for medical purposes and recreationally. The government this year decided on using the tax surplus from weed to benefit the kids in the area. The Colorado Development Education Board decided on introducing the bully intervention program in all the kids. The tax surplus is at $66 million right now, and they're gonna use that money for the bully intervention program. They're gonna give $40,000 per school per year, and they're right now accepting applications from schools to apply for the grant, and they're gonna give out the money in January.
So sticking with the great state of Colorado, Colorado's marijuana legalization was a great success, not also economically, but also socially. According to a 2015 New York Times article, the Colorado's Department of Revenue stated that retail marijuana sales grossed over $76 million, and the marijuana sales, just the sales, was total over $700 million. So also, Colorado state regulators issued about 16,000 licenses to the new employees working in the marijuana industry. And since 2012, marijuana possession prosecutions decreased 80%. Marijuana cultivation prosecutions decreased 94%, and marijuana possession decreased 98%. So in the past few years, these states would save a lot of money based on these prosecutions. And so today's savings will be used for more serious criminal activities.
This picture is hilarious. So to conclude, some things we didn't get to talk about were the health costs of marijuana. Marijuana actually turns out to be a very addictive drug. 65% of patients that are in medical treatment for substance abuse to marijuana are between the ages of 12 and 25 years old. So that's our age group. But it's really interesting because, well, it's not really interesting. So, worker productivity, marijuana decreases worker productivity if you're using drugs at your job. There's actually no evidence of worker productivity being lessened if you use weed in your off time or not. It's just like using alcohol, I would assume. If you show up to work drunk, you're going to be less productive. If you show up to work high, definitely not going to be more productive. So the legal cost of marijuana, after it's legalized, we expect that to go down a good amount. So that's one plus to it. And then here, listen, we're not advocating marijuana use here, okay? You don't want to be this chick in the picture, but tax revenue does go up when recreational use of marijuana is legalized. So thank you all for your attention. Thanks for listening to the New Associates. I hope you enjoyed them. And that's it.